always fun when you realize you haven't adjusted things back fully until you've actually hit the live stream button. Hey everyone, welcome back to Satisfactory. Oh, what a journey it has been. So let me elucidate and inform. So 2 weeks ago, the little community that I live in had a wildfire breakout on the outskirts of town. I explained this last week, but yeah, let's just go with the story. As of the Friday previous to the mist stream, we received an evacuation order. Well, the old family packed into a couple of vehicles, packed all our belongings, packed our little pets, packed everything we could into our 2 cars, and we began a journey to Sanctuary, far from where we were. That is why we did not have a stream 2 weeks ago. Last week, we were still in evacuation. We were still under evacuation order. But fortunately, I had managed to squeeze in my PC into one of the vehicles and had taken it with me. Well, residing at the house we're in, they had internet access. They had Wi-Fi. There was an old TV. I got a cheap keyboard and mouse, and I thought I'd give it a try. I've since looked at the footage, and woof, I would have been better to skip. But we did try to stream. The stream ended rather abruptly because, well, the internet was Wi-Fi, and my computer and their internet just were not having a good time with each other. So the stream ended abruptly, and we packed it in. However, huzzah, huzzah! We are now back home. The order has been lifted. We are still on alert. The fire is still technically uncontained and uncontrolled, but it is moving in the opposite direction of the community. So we have begun to return. So we are back. We are back with the proper resolutions on our screens. We are back with proper internet. We are back. We are back. We are back. He says, well, stalling because he has to go push that and go over there. All right. Hi, everyone. How you doing? I'm doing just great. We are back home. I'm going to count myself amongst the most fortunates of the community, as in that we had very little power outage. We did have a bit of power outage, but nothing really drastic. Some folks have lost their homes, some folks have lost their pets, so I am keeping everything very balanced, and I am staying very grateful that we did not suffer higher consequences. If the worst thing that I had was an interrupted stream last Saturday, so be it. That's what was the that's what I have to face. Okay, so what were we doing last week? I couldn't tell, and I freaking recorded it. It was so bad of a resolution. We are working on getting our wire together. So let's have a quick boo at our modeler. So we'll just bring this up here. Again, I'm still trying to recover from certain things like screen resolutions and whatnots and all the fun stuff that you have. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Let me put that over there. This is live broadcast, folks. All right, there we go. All better. So yeah, we are currently working on producing our wire. We are going to need 12 assemblers because I am using one of the alternate recipes, which is the fused wire. It requires a bunch of deuterium. So last week we got the deuterium all set up. We got this partially gone, and we are in the middle of basically piping everything, wiring everything up, and getting all the conveyors. I pretty much, once I realized, let me turn that off. Once I realized that the go away. Once I realized the stream had run into some issues, I immediately stopped. So we're pretty much where we left off. So what we're going to do today is we're going to finish getting these 12 wire producers up and running, and we'll probably get the rest of the copper line going. So forging ahead, moving forward, and carrying on. So up we go. So we got all the lines split down at the bottom here. And you can see, so we have our Caterium line coming up, we have our copper line coming up, and we have the Caterium starting to get shifted over to the other side. This is basically where I noticed that things had gone badly and had recalibrated. So that's where we're going to start off with. Again, I'm trying to keep things the same top to bottom. So the lower belt, which is the second one, should be our Caterium. No, that is the copper. That's the Caterium there. That's the Caterium there. All right. So let's just get to her and start plugging things in. All right, so we're gonna snap a splitter there. Oh, it looks like it might have fixed something here. I don't need to have the lift in place for it to snap to the proper input, which is so nice. Uh-oh. Wrong. So many wrongs. So many. So many. Let's try that again. All right, you go to there. And there. You go to... Whoop. Come on. Find it. Okay, well, this one's gonna not play nice, so we're gonna go... That should still connect, and this is why guardrails are important. And then boop, and then we should be able to take our lift, and that snapped into place. Excellent. Okay, so let's go around to the other side here and do the same thing. So first, let's get this guy lined up. We're going to move them out by that many, and we're going to go up 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We'll use that one as our guide. We just come back 1, 2, 3, I believe 4. Yep, there we go. You can see we got our connection line. And then we got to do the same thing here. Actually, no, we just gonna need to go like this. And because it's the end of the line, let's see if we mess these up. Yeah, we got to come one more out with these. So again, we'll move it up by 1 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. One, 2, 3, and 4. All right. And I have screwed it up. You'd think that I've forgotten how to play the damn game. Honestly, I do that constantly. I forget to look at damn arrows. All right, can you go? Can... Oh, we have to turn you off. Yeah, there we go. And then we can plug you into... Yeah. And let's see if these belts will stretch. Not quite. So we are going to have to put in some lift. Let's see, where are you comfortable? I'm going to say right here. I'll just grab some posts, and we'll do 3 should do. Because then I can go to there. Cannot start in that direction. We have to start in this direction. And go to there. Thusly. Alright, just a couple more splitters. Halfway snapped into place and snapped into place. All right, so that has got the conveyance ish. Who did not connect? I don't believe you connected, so let's fix that. Let's plug you directly into the conveyor. There we go. And then we need a conveyor. Drop down to there. Excuse me. Why are you not working? Let's try that again. And basically what it looks like is my wall hole does not want to be part of or play nicely. So we'll do it that way instead. Did you connect? No, you did not. All right, let's take the purely decorative thing out of there. And let's try to get this belt to actually connect. So we're gonna go from you. Oh. Okay, so the problem is these silly buggers here do not actually line up very well. They don't snap properly. They just kind of free float, which makes the belts just get a little bit more awkward to connect. Okay, so we've adjusted for that. We can now close this off like so, because we are getting stuff up. All right. Now, Windows-wise, we're gonna go kind of standard office building type vibe here. I did not put a service floor on this, but you know, that's all right. I'm gonna leave that hole there for a moment. Let's finish getting some of these windows into place. That way I can figure out how I want to move power up and down. And and the hilarious thing is every Saturday I constantly have in my head and I do it to myself. I chose that music, and now I'm cursed with it. And yeah, I know there's no doors yet. I'll figure out where to put the doors in a minute. And there we go. Alrighty, let's get the rest of the upper floor. We're gonna go a little bit higher on those windows. We'll do a little bit different decorative. Oof. And from there. And what I'm gonna do is we're gonna switch to 1 meter. Just like that. Oh, I went too tall. There we go. That's what I think I want to do up there for the roof. All right, doorway. I have a set of stairs right here. Yeah, so let's put a door. And we'll make it concrete, one of them. Put you right there. something's missing there. There we go. And back over to here. And we'll put that door there. And that door there. Ah! I knew this hole was going to get me. All right, power. Well, power can come from directly across the way here. Right after I get a few more walls in. Like that. And like that. And then we'll go to the 1 meter and lift you up and set you across. Like so. And like so. Alright, nearest power pole is right here. And it looks like a good enough spot as any to go get a double wall junction. I'm going to use the Mark IIs just because they look nicer, and we'll put one there and one there. We'll connect these two, and then we'll go right into that lamp post. There we go. Okay, so now we have power coming into here. What's the best way I think I'm gonna do this? I'm gonna bring well, first thing I need to do is I need to get my light fix, and I can do that with this little script command, which again is in the description of the video. But if I hit the tilde key and put that in there and hit that, that just fixes the global illumination. So that way I can go grab a couple of small billboard signs, turn on my flashlight just so I can see what I'm doing, and we'll put one there. Let's reprogram it. Yeah. Yep. And we're gonna go yep. And we're gonna go yep. Full brightness, please. There we go. And now I can select you. And we'll put you there. Put another one there. And I'm out of crystal oscillators. And I'm not making crystal oscillators. I have no production, I think, on crystal oscillators because I despise crystal oscillators. But what I can do is handcraft them. So we'll just go to a workbench. Like so. Crystal oscillator. Yeah, and we'll just make a few. It's this. This is the what I hate about them, is that reinforced plates is not a great recipe to begin with, and even with the alternatives, I don't like doing them that much. Combine that with, you know, multi-step wire here to get cable. They're just overly complex for no reason. That's my issue with them, is that they just, like, why do they require so much back-end production? For literally, like, nothing really uses them. Or very little things use them. And they give us alternate recipes for recipes where they do use them. They've given us alternates, so we don't have to use them. Like, can we just maybe make them not horrible? Anyway, rant over. Okay, so we've got the crystal oscillators we needed to fix the lamp. I'm going to plug the hole now, so I can put another one of these in right here, like there. Then I can take my wire and we'll put one there. I'll put one there. And say that should do. Yeah, there's only 3. I can go there. I know you can daisy chain these machines now, but my problem with the daisy chaining, so if I go daisy chain, you can see how that goes right through the machine itself. I don't like that. That to me is just, I much prefer the non-clipping alternative. Actually, let's take these guys off. I think you might look not. Yeah, I think that looks a little nicer, because we can bring that one to there with no clipping, and then I can plug into there, because then we got the same angle kind of going. Oh, change plan. As always, everything is in flux. Everything can be changed. I think I'm gonna go there instead. Go there. Go there. And go there. Yeah, I think that's a little nicer. I think that gives me a little bit cleaner line when I don't mess it up. Yeah, see, that's much cleaner. All right, and then all of you say what? There's something a little bit funked out about the coming off that wall hole there. And there they go. All right, they've already got their wire recipe set up, so that's good. Okay, let's go upstairs and cap off the building. So we'll go up the little ladder. And up we go. Let's grab a railing. Let's get out of Space Engineer brain. There we go, modern railing. Let's put a railing there. Gotta keep the OSHA compliance. Okay, roof line. What do I want for a roof line? Let's see, we're gonna go. No, let's do a little bit different here. Let's go with some fancy new stuff, like the low barrier here. I'm gonna run this across. I know this. What does this got to do with you know, running power up here? Well, I gotta have a. Well, I gotta have a roof to connect the power connectors to. So let's kind of focus on getting this cleaned up first. And we'll come to the corner. Like that. And like that. All right, roofing material, and we're just gonna go with a straight up flat roof here. I'm thinking I want Yeah, we'll have the kind of thicker part like that running lengthwise. So all the way to the end. Uh-oh. They got turned. They've turned. I just called it the zombie apocalypse. All right. That's better. Yeah. All right. That's got that. Now we can run back under and back upstairs again. I'm gonna go sample one of our overhead lights. Best thing they ever added to the game was giving this part of UE5. Settings are a little bit jank, but you know what? I really like just setting up this global because the built-in actual lights are just way too directional. I really do prefer more indirect lighting, because that is what our world is full of, indirect lighting. Did I do that correctly? I do not believe I did that correctly, so we're going to take that one out. And we can go there. And there. There. And you don't need to be there. Okay. So now our power plugs. And we'll just use Mark 1s, and they nicely snap to the bottom of this ceiling. So we'll go one there, there, and there. Okay, and go there and down there, and let there be movement. Okay, you guys really do need to have your connections made, don't you? There we go. All right, everyone doing their thing? No, I think I missed a few more over on the other side here. What's your guys' beef? You not properly connected? There you go. What's your problem here, son? You don't have a recipe. You do now. All right, that is now 12 machines making fused wire. Cool. Let's head back downstairs. And I'm gonna run over to the copper plant, see how things are going over there. Copper is this away. How do I know it's copper? Green. Yeah, there go the ingots. How many ingots did I actually need? That is the question. Whether 'tis nobler the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune. Yeah, I only need 137. 5 of the machines. There's enough machines above me that are providing, and I can split off if I need to. All right. Good. And that would be the most upper floor that is doing the work, right? Yeah, not that one. But we got 3 floors of goodies being produced. Yeah, I can hear the machines are rumbling and roaring. You can see copper moving into the machines. And all the activities. You guys shake a lot. All right. Looking good, looking good. All kinds of copper ingots now flowing downward. It really looks nice with the nice colors. Oof. And there we go. All right, excellent. Okay, so what's the next thing I need to do? I need to deal with quartz. So I'm gonna need some quartz down here. Let's have a look at what we got going so far. So you're bringing in coal for the steel. You're not bringing anything in yet. Yeah, nothing plugged in. You are getting fed coal. All the stations are getting fed coal on this side anyway. You aren't doing anything. You ain't got nothing going on. You are bringing in copper. And you ain't doing nothing. Where are you getting your fuel from? You're getting your fuel from underneath. Okay. Okay, so quartz. I want to bring quartz in. I don't need a lot of quartz, so I can just go to whatever existing line I have. And that looks like it is somewhere over here. I also got quartz right there. And it's a bunch of impures, but I don't need a lot. That's Sam. That's quartz, but I don't have a station there. Okay, well, let's head over to there and see what's happening. That would be this way. We'll take one of our express paths. And what are you doing? What you got going on? There you are, all the quartzes. Let's make sure you're minor. Alright, you're Mark II, but I feel like we can pull a little bit more coming out of you. And let's upgrade your belt to that, to that, to that. Mark II's going in all these guys. And that more than accounts for whatever extra I'm going to need. Okay. You're properly labeled, right? Nope. So this is quartz depot. Yep. Okay. So now I know where I'm getting it from. Let's head back. Avoid traffic. we come. Okay. Who wants to be my corpse delivery? I'm not sure why I went all fancy underneath here with the coal. I mean, I've got the coal right here, right? Yeah. Wouldn't be that hard to put another splitter and just go right across. All tall enough. You know, I think that would look prettier. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get rid of this. And that. We're gonna grab our lift. And how many up is that? That is 1, 2. Okay. That goes to there. That was my face. And we take our splitter. Like that. Oh, a little bit. Okay. Well, looks like I got it almost bang on. Except, I think I'm going to do it a little bit different. I'm going to take you, I'm going to snap you down here. I'm actually going to put you right there. Let's lift you up. Push you back. There, now I know you're properly aligned with whatever grid I've got going, and we can carry these guys on through. Because we can. He's on down the road. Gonna, he's on down the road. Gonna get that quartz and bring a load. We're gonna ease on down the road. And there we go. That's lined up like that. I think we're then gonna go that way. 2, 3. Yeah. Because I want kind of have the same thing that I got going on the other side. I need to go one more that way. So now we can get rid of that, and again, I did it with the arrows. All right, well, you go in now. Why? Yes. Okay, good. You bastards. Oh, those pads are a little bit annoying. Not gonna lie. Okay, I think. I did it again. Keep messing this up. That's the directional line. Yes, please. Thank you. I'm being sarcastic to myself about how badly I keep messing this up. That's, you know, that's not a sign of insanity at all. Now what? Okay, everybody hooked up now? Except for you. That's easily fixed. There we go. Alright, feed. Feed me, Seymour. Feed me. Okay, so now those guys are being properly fed. Now you are doing nothing, correct? That is correct. We are going to have you unload. And we're going to have you quartz. Let's call you. And let's go VHZ 3 quartz receiving. That's how I'm doing my naming. Let's see how I named these guys, if I've named them. Yeah, I did. Oh, look at that. And it's I remembered. Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha! Did I name you? Nope. Let's call you what you were supposed to be, which is PHZ 3 copper receiving. Okay. Let's go have a look at our paths. So you are coming from there, but you got no place to go from here. I think that was part of the problem with this one. Didn't quite make corner. Ooh. Gonna get run over. All right, let's try it from here again. Yeah, okay. That'll work. Let's grab a tractor, because I don't need a lot. And tractors just seem to fit a little bit nicer. Yep, everyone's green. So let's put you there. Let's grab a little bit of that coal. Let's empty some of this excess trash. Well, oh, that's quartz crystal, never mind. All right, vehicle path. We're gonna add you. We're gonna add you. And enable our autopilot. Make sure you stop. Yep. Nothing for you to receive at the moment, but you are trying to receive. Let's go for a ride. I gotta say, the traffic management really is working much better. Like, that truck totally was just waiting there. If they ever put signals on this, we're hosed. Bad enough with the trains. Oof. Can you imagine the trucks? Yeah, maybe not have the coal smoke right in our faces. Where are you going? Nope. Wrong button. Where are you freaking going? Hey, how you doing, man? Is there a glitch in the matrix here? I think there might be. I don't think he has a way across the intersection. I thought he had a way across the intersection. Apparently he doesn't. Let's see what he does. Might have decided to ride this one. Because he is doing some weird stuff. All right, you know what? Actually, I have to stop him before I can do that. Well, I guess we're going back now. All right, for some odd reason, there doesn't seem to be a direct connection across for this guy. Okay. All right, let's take the express route back. And let's go have a look at that path. Because there's clearly something wrong with it. Do like the hypertube network now. So long I spent without the hypertubes, not using them. Just using accelerators, throw myself across the map. All right, what is happening here? Why could you not go across this path? All right, so let's do a little bit of corrective here. Which will go say to there. Take you out. Take you out. I'll probably just piss someone off over there. This intersection is getting a little bit I need a universal path. Okay. I have no idea where that tractor went. Hey, you can go across from there. Then you go there. Who are you? I think you might be... yeah. Now let's check your route path. Are you the one that I... Yes, you are. You took out your sweet time getting out here, didn't you? Okay, let's see what this guy does now. Oh, poop. All right, I need to make a minor correction here. You got to go back across. Like that. Okay, let's see if this will fix now. So now vehicle path, enable the autopilot. There you go, you're back on the line. And across the way. Alrighty. Good. Return trip seems to be functional. Now the question is, does the rest of it work? You have no way of making that corner. All right. So again, we are going to disable the autopilot. Drive like a madman. Okay, I need to make this turn here. Oh yeah, let's say we're gonna go from here to well, it gets to there. And then we kind of come out to here. And we'll give it a little bit of a jiggle. Defaults. And then to here. And we'll go with a nice straight corner like that. Okay. Nope, not near enough path. There we go. Let's see what she does now. I like how they're so polite to each other now. Nobody plays games of chicken anymore with each other. Make the turn. There you go. All right. Excellent. Let's just make sure we get a deposit. I'll stand nicely out of the way of traffic. Here he comes. Collect its prize. And I just want to write it out one more time to make sure it actually goes across the street properly now. Floor it! Punch it, Spunkmeister. And I'm going to say that is a successful test. Okay, express rate, express line, express something or other. Okay, so that means I am now delivering my quartz. I don't know exactly. I don't know how to love you. Quartz delivery, you are in view. Okay, so how many quarters do I actually need? I need a whole whopping 2 quartz machines to make my silica. It really could just be an outbuilding right here. I don't need these barriers. Let's get rid of those. Let's get rid of these. Oh. Because that's just silly. Having them there now. I mean, it's just silly. All right. Now, if I wanted to be a quartz, where would I be? I want to change those two. Like that. So I just need 2 constructors. Just a tiniest little outbuilding, and I'm kind of drawn to this space right here. I think I can kind of squeeze them in without it looking too funky. Almost like a little tiny, mom and pop shop. That didn't want to sell out when the city was doing its, or the developer was bribing the city officials to rezone everything. So we're going to go into production. We're going to grab 2 constructors. And I think we'll put 1 there. And 1 there. We'll grab a door. Oh, that might be fun. I'm going to put that in behind here. And then we'll put 1 of those there. What kind of windows do you guys gonna have just to be different? Let's actually put nice big bay windows at your front door. And then along the side here. Did you just open for that tractor? That's funny. Tractor was in range. It's not going to get old anytime soon. Okay, and then your roof. Go up like that, and then do I do a quick... I almost want to do something like this. Problem is how do I deal with this? I think I should be able to kind of nudge you guys around enough. I bring you up a half. Oh, that might actually work. A little bit of an air gap right there, but if I take painted beam, just run you along the edge here, that should be all right. And then in the corners, that's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight. Top one. Oh no, that one is perfectly fine because I was using the roof. Okay, good. Basic wall. I think that should be okay. Alright, and now bring our beam down here, go across, grab another beam, and we'll go across. Make sure you're not clipping through anything that I don't want you clipping through. Yeah, no, you're fine. We'll daisy chain these two together. And then we will grab a wall outlet. Put that there. That can go straight into there, and then we can come across there to there. still have to do some decorative works on the outside of these two buildings, but that's neither here nor there. I feel like I want some windows in the upper part here. Like so. Alright, let's get you doing silica, and we'll get you doing silica. Don't need the rifle. Okay, lights. For our light selection, we have these guys. Yeah, I find it easier just to run over there and select them than to go through the whole rigmarole of one there, one there, and one there. And there we go. Let there be silica. Now, quartz has to come over here at some point in time. Fortunately, the quartz is right over here. Have a little quick look underneath. Have I got space to bring my quartz out? Probably right along here. Okay, let's use some of our angled walls. We go into our walls here. We should be able to find our 4 meter. Switch it over to concrete so it doesn't look weird. Now, I want you to want me. I want you to want me. I need you to need me. Can I go up by half? Oh, yes, I can. Oh, that is nice. Yes, just like that. Okay, take you out of here. That gives me a nice bit of space through here. And then we can also just kind of knock you into there. Excellent. Okay, now we're exiting and getting over here. Where are we? We're right about here. So let's put a hole in the floor. Like right there. Like that. Seriously, dude? Fine. Why are you getting interfered? What's up with that, dude? Okay, well, you know what? Fine, we'll do it this way. Some weird snappages and stuff going on there, but it is what it is. Okay. I left my way no way. Wait, I left no way to get in there. Let's go over here. All right, where are you coming out? You're coming out right there, which is kind of an unfortunate location for you. Much rather you come out somewhere over here. Sorry about that. There's still a lot of smoke in the air up here, so sometimes get a very scratchy throat. All right. I need to get across here. Let's see where that ends up. in relation to the tractors. Let's just make myself an easy escape hatch. Where are you? Well, you're not horribly positioned. Yeah, you are. You're absolutely horribly positioned. That's not going to work at all. I have no idea why there was 100 coal just sitting there. Okay, there. That being the case, what would you say if I sang out a tune to get up and walk out on me? Lend me your hands and I'll sing you a song. And I'll try not to sing out of key. Ooh, I get by with a little help from the pens. Ooh, I don't cry with little help from the pens. Ooh, I stay dry with little help from the pens. Could it be anybody? Oops, I think it was me. Could it be anybody? Nope, that was me who beat. Ooh, I get dry with little help from the pens. Ooh, I can try with little help from the pens. How to avoid copyright strikes. Make up absolutely ridiculous lyrics. 4 meter. I would like you to not be like that. I would like you to be like that, please. And then nudge you into like that. Maybe what I should do is do that first. Pardon me, there's that scratchiness again. Okay, back to the wall. Please, you come. You do. You be. You be. You be. You be. Now we need to go the other way. With one of them. Like that. And then we go like that. Yeah. I kind of like you just to look a little bit more like you properly exist. There we go. Okay, is the microphone working? Yes, it is. Did I have it muted for a long time? I don't know, and if I did, I'm sorry. It's just so everything's okay. There. I think I can actually get a little double duty out of this. He said duty. Is I need a bit of a kind of a face stopper here, otherwise I keep sliding down that way. And there, I think if I take a painted beam. Make sure you're on default. We want to go 1, 2, 1, 2. That should. Is that the right height to get into there? It doesn't look like there's any drop, so that is good. Do I want to use this particular beam? Is there a different, better beam I could use? Let's have a look at different beams. Maybe an H beam might look nicer. Put that up there. Oops. And then if I grab, oh, that's cute. One of these. Do a little bit of half nudges like that, or I just do one of these like that. Yep, that works. All right, let's do the same thing over here. And then we put, oh, the vehicle paths really are a little bit annoying. Let's say right there to there. Grab one of those. Oop, nope. Ooh, you know what? Huh. I don't hate that. Let's see what that does. Let's see what that looks like. I'll go up to there and just drop that in there. That's not horribly terrible. Hello. Oh, we got a lot of traffic going on here all of a sudden. Oh, that's because the quartz truck is happily chugging along doing his thing. All right, that means now for my quartz actually coming out. Now, of course, none of the heights are quite right. Yeah, you can see how it's dropping down like that. So what I'm going to have to do is go into there and do that. I can't imagine me needing any more quartz out of there, but now that is the correct height. And there we go. Everybody is clear. Pretty sure everyone gets underneath. I probably should have checked that before I did this. Oh. Can you go to the other path, please? Oh, you're flipping. All right. Okay. I'm going to take those guys out. And we're going to take that out. That out. All of these guys. We're going to go up like that. I don't want it to be that high. I only want it to be a little bit less. Let's try this. Let's bring this like that. We're going to do the same right here. That gives me an idea how much taller I want to make that. And then we're going to go into there. That's going to snap down to there. Oh, look at you guys already working. Like that. That goes there. Okay, yeah. And the thing about that is that now, if I take this lift out of here and just make the corner, these guys should now be at the correct height to each other. And we can tell that right after we make everything a little bit longer. Okay, so we're gonna go up by 6 right out here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, actually, I should use these. Make sure I get the correct height. Go there now. You are... No! I don't want to go in, but I can see that you are all nice and levelized. Right? You are? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you are. Because now I can get rid of that, and we can just plug you into there. We'll bring not a path. That is right here. Oh, no, we want to go there. And like that. No. Calm down and double check your work, dumbass. There we go. Okay. And then you. Hi. That was close. Okay, so that has got the quartz. Let's do a little bit of color grading. Let's get some of these in here. So let's grab... how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to put that there. There we go. What color do I want? I think I'm just going to go with my Pioneer overalls. Like that. And then we can go and run. Oh, let's turn Zoop back on. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, sure. Okay, where are we next? I feel like I almost need a skylight up here. Well, you're only 4 across. Yeah, let's put a little skylight right in here. 1 meter skylight like that. Yeah, okay. That is way too many pieces sticking out of there. I'll do the... Dude. Phoenix. Anyway, all right, what's next? Let's get back into our modeler here. Okay, so that is now that is all taken care of. If we're good here, Now, where we are doing all of the wire, ooh, that is a lot of wire that's got to go down to the cable. In fact, that's 2 belts worth. Let's go do a little quick mathing inside the wire factory. Okay, come here. How much are each of you making anyway? Each of you are doing 90. So let's go 480 divided by 90. So it's 5.3 of these machines. They're all going over to cable. So that's going to need 11 machines for the cable. We're right here with the wire. Where's the rest of the wire going? The rest of the wire is going into stators. Who else is going to need copper ingots? I thought I had some place where I needed, yeah. Circuit boards are going to need copper plating or copper sheets. How many copper sheets are you going to need? 8 machines worth. Sorry, I'm just doing my math off screen here. So I think I'm going to do my copper sheet factory. And I'm going to do the copper sheets. What are you doing? Who is you? What's you got going on for yourselves? What's happening over here? That's my deuterium ingot factory. Okay. Thought I color coded you differently, but never mind. Oh, stairs. Hi. All right, so deuterium ingots are there. You're all my steel. Your copper. I'm using the top floor's copper so far. I'm really overproducing on the copper ingots, by the way, just so we're all aware. Because I changed my recipe from the regular wire to the fused wire, and that made a big difference. Okay, so I think I'm going to put the copper sheet factory right here. Uh-oh. Somebody's having some problems. To the rescue! Who are you? And why are you struggling? You're the quartz, but you're out of fuel. Why are you out of fuel? I think I better go check a certain station. You know what? Ooh. That's a flat roof. I could just throw. Yeah, I could. Yes, I could. I don't wanna. Nah. Maybe I throw. Oh, maybe on top of the white. No. Yes? No. I don't know. Why are you out of fuel? What happened to my... Uh-oh. I've cut coal off for all of these, haven't I? That was a kind of a critical line that was underneath here. Okay, we gotta go back underneath and figure out where I messed this up. Okay, so that is actually needs to be supplied. Where is that coal coming in from? Oh, right here. So why did you stop? What's going on here? Why? Why are you broken? Oh, that's why you're broken. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Because I did cut off that line. That's the input, right? No, that's an output. Where's my input? Right there. And that's going that way. Okay. I got pieced it all together now. This guy is supposed to be feeding everything. That's where the critical infrastructure part comes into play. Is that not only are you feeding the factory, you're also feeding everything else. Like that. And then you like that. Okay, now everyone's gonna start getting fed again. Let's go unjam traffic. Because everybody is now blocked up behind him, but that's okay. I kind of want that because I don't want anyone to really keep running around. I mean, some of it's bypassing. Oh, literally there's... Oh no, there's 3 tractors here. Okay, cool. And refuel yourselves. And off I go. I like how everyone's so polite. Trucks are just so god-awfully big. Alright, looks like all the tractor stations and truck stations are once again full of coal for fuel. Is it the most efficient fuel for these things? Nah, I don't care. It really is what it boils down. I just don't care. It's plentiful, it's easy to move around. I usually gonna have coal somewhere nearby anyway, so... Okay, so let me go. We've got all that. Now, let's go over here. I want to see what I have, if I have anything in the blueprints for manufacturing. Probably not. What do I have here? Iron ore to second stage. Sure. What size are you? You're in Mark 2? Yeah, let's make a Mark 1. And we'll just float it, because you can do that when you're nudging. Nudging, don't care. There we go. All right, what is iron ore? Really? Okay, what's the deal here? Ow. Well, let's just build it and see what it looks like. It's missing aluminum. Nope, can't do that one yet. Okay, so... Oh, now what? Who ran out of fuel before they could get home? Well, let me steal some of the gas from here. Let's dump some again materials. Keep picking up too much. Like that. There we go. Now I should be able to grab a load of coal. And let's go find the broken truck. He way down the line. Hey, Mr. Broken Truck. Let me guess, you're all out of gas. Alright, do I have coal where I'm currently standing? I do have a coal node way over here. Just to make sure. There's always fuel here. How far is that away in real life? And by real life, outside the map. Let's do a quick scan. I want to get an idea where it is. I think that's it right there. Yep, that's it right there. So it really wouldn't be that hard to bring it over. Some of the spans are a bit long. Anyway. He's working now, so doesn't really matter. Speed and feed ourselves in. Yep. Where am I? This way. I am kind of leaving blueprinters everywhere, aren't I? Should probably clean this up. Nah. Adds a little bit of variety to the landscape. Yeah. Just like I think I'm gonna leave that still there. Okay, what was I doing? What do I want to do for a building here? Do I have just a generic building in my blueprints? Hard to remember what I actually have and don't have. No, I've got steel, iron, that. I've got fuel. I got floors. No, not really. Okay, there. I think I'm going to have... Yeah, I think I'm going to use one of these. And then convert it over. Because constructors and smelters are about the same size, and it's got all this stuff in it already. So if I switch you to blueprint, if I take you off of blueprint, and then shove you this way, how are you all lining up here? How are you lined up here? Forward by, whoops, that way one. That's lined up, that's lined up. That's lined up. Yeah, okay. Let's see what this does. I don't really even have to take that much out. I'll have to take these, I have to take those. All of these. I'll grab these, that, and that. We'll grab all of that. Then we go into our production and we get our constructors. And then we try to get everything kind of figured out where we want them to be. Yeah, that's about right. So 1, 2. Nope. Oh, they're wider. Okay, so that's not gonna quite work for me because, yeah, these guys are a little bit too wide. So let's rejigger some of this. Now, these kind of have to be in the center. How many did I need? I need 7.45. That means these are all wrong too. I think that one's probably wrong. Oh well, not quite as clean as I hoped it would be. I'm going to have to overdrive one of them. I only have, while I may have room for 8 smelters up here, I do not have room for 8 constructors because the stairs are right where I need to bring a belt. Okay. Let's flip you around. Get you all lined up again. Right there. 2. May have to change some of these stairs around anyway. Oh, who's not centered? You're centered. What is going on? You are not in any way, shape, or form correctly centered. There we go. That better? And 4x1. Yeah, that's better. There we go. It means you're incorrect, and it means also you're incorrect. Everyone else is lined up. Okay, I think we're back on track here. Like that. 2. And a 3. And a 4. Let's make you... I should have selected, but it doesn't matter. Copper sheet. Control C. Which way do I want you to float? I want you going that way? Yeah. Yeah, not really keeping much of the original blueprint here, am I? In that. Okay. Yeah, one of those there. You're also incorrect. Yeah, I'll use this building again. It's got everything now exactly where I need it to be. Yeah, not a problem. That is what's known as famous last words. At least that snapping works now. Alright. That can go there. That goes there. That goes there. That goes there. And like that. All right. On the back side. All right. Who gets to be the 45? I guess you can be the 45. Set you to 145%. Difference between 14. Now let's just make straight. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Power connections now. There's lots of little wall mounts, so we can just go boop, boop, and boopy. And here, let's go boopy, shaboopy, shaboopy, like that. Okay, now we gotta go fix the underneath because I reconnected and broke a whole bunch of stuff. So we're gonna get rid of these guys. They're not center correct. Oh yeah, none of this stuff is. It's all messed up, man. So let's just get rid of all of this stuff and rehang everything. And that way I can do a little redirecting of some of the flows. Okay, so first thing I need to do is let's get our splitters in for these guys. Now, do I want... Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is let's put our first splitter right here. Like that, and then we'll just keep going through. Another splitter. Another splitter. Like so. And let's just downgrade these to Mark IIs. Likewise, we'll go with Mark II belts. And then we'll fix this splitter that somehow managed to turn itself. Because of course it did. What am I doing here? Getting this one upstairs. That's probably what the problem is. Had nothing to do with the splitter all along, but in fact had everything to do with you. Okay, let's go fix that upstairs here. Something's a little floofy. And the fact that you're not connected yet. There we go. No more floofies. Let's figure out where you might want to be temporarily. Let's just throw that right there. Let's come back to there. We'll, of course, use a Mark IV for it. Like that. And let's upgrade you guys. To the Mark IV-Es. Okay. One of these days I'll get this sucker right. All right. No more power switches. I really don't care for them anyway. Let's grab from here. And we'll put that there. We'll get some light fixtures in place so we can move our power around. There. And then you can go to there. Okay. I'm going to change this up again because I'm going to turn this splitter that way. And the reason is that way I can just, we can use this hole here. No, we can't because that's coming down there. Okay, so that was a pointless exercise. Let's just do that for now. Let's do this and undo that. Kind of wish there was an undo button in this game. There we go. Now, how do I want to bring the copper over from the ingot factory? So that's going up there. Where are all my ingots coming down? A bunch of them are going underneath. No, that's all copper ore coming up. That's ingots going down. And there. And that is the rest of the story. Okay, so ingots are coming out there. Now, where did I put that? Right over here. Okay. Hey there, Mr. Ingies. Okay, so you're coming down to there. You're joining up there. You're coming out there. I want to go there. What's the best way to do this? Without running afoul. No, because I have to merge there. What if I just went out through the window here? We grab our belt and we plug you into there. You do a little weird kind of clippy thing here. But if I grab my stacker pole and we go up like that. Oh, what kind of height do I want you to be? I think you're going to come down one. No, perfectly too high. Okay, no, that's good. Just scooch underneath. No, it's not. Of course it's not. Why would it do that? And then drop it down like that. Do the same thing over here. And I just kind of have to get right through here. So we'll go like that. And drop it down by a little bit. Didn't really mean to do that. Let's do that. And nice straight. Nope, guess we go with default and default. Yeah, that'll work. Pop across the street, back to straight. These are nudgies. Like that. then I'm going to take that out and that out, and I'm just going to put in a conveyor wall. Make it just look a little cleaner. If I do so, like that. See what's happening upstairs. I see the production of steel sheets. So I can put that stair back in now. Yep. And there we go. Okay, so that is now giving me all of my copper sheet. So that is one more product done. Kind of the next big project I have is going to be, yeah, sorry, let me bring that back up. It's going to be the plastic and the rubber. And I have a funny feeling I should be able to 300, so 550. I'm going to do some mathing and checking on my fuel systems and see where I can do about increasing that, because I'm making these polymer bits already. Right now I'm just sinking them. I want to start utilizing them, and I do have a rather large power facility off in the distance, which should be able to... Can I get out? Help, let me out. Which should give me a lot of that polymer stuff. I mean, it's quite far away. We'll just have to transport it one way or the other, but I think we're going to work on that next week. We're going to call it quits here for today. Thank you guys for watching, as always. Really appreciate it. If you did like the video, go ahead and leave a like. It'll, of course, show up as a VOD in the live channel, so if you know, you're probably watching this. And why am I explaining temporal causality when I'm literally in the now? Anyway, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, maybe think about hitting subscription. I mean, if you've been watching this time, you're probably already subscribed, but if you're not, maybe think about it. Still looking for that 1,000, you know, tell your friends and family, hey, that guy's got a channel that you could subscribe to because he wants 1,000. I don't know why you would do that, but, you know, I'd really appreciate it. If you want to become a channel member like Lee Barron, you can use the link in the description or hit the join button below. But that is it for today. Thank you as always. Guys, be safe out there. Be kind out there. But most importantly, have yourself a great day. Till next time.